Here we go. We got our new 72 volt Super 73 RX. It's the gray body frame, and we're taking it out for the first ride. Everything has been set up, including the lights. It took me about like 3 hours wiring all the lights that I wanted to wire. This is our second 72 volt Super 73 RX. This one is not as fast as the other one. The red one goes up to 48 miles per hour. This one should only be around 43 miles per hour top speed, and that's because the battery has a weaker BMS amperage. So this is using the stock motor, and the battery here is a 72 volt, 25 amp capacity, and 40 amp on the discharge. And I'm using an Amazon controller, $70. It's the same setup that I've used on my arielrider xclass. Basically what I have, the components, I moved it out of the arielrider xclass and I put it on here, particularly because I didn't want to upgrade components like such as the lights and the brakes on the arielrider. I would rather upgrade it here, and with the Super 73 RX, they already have a good Tektro Dorado brakes here that works just fine for like a 43 mile per hour top speed bike. I don't want to go too far yet because again, this is the first day pretty much out with this setup. I just want to make sure I have, the wires are all secured and nothing is loose, etc. I like gray much more than the red RX, to be honest. Originally, I was going to build this for crystal, but it is what it is. We're going to be sharing this bike. If anything, I think I'm going to be taking this bike to Trona, our upcoming trip, because it's lighter. I want to say this bike is maybe 15 to 20 pounds lighter than the red RX, because that RX has a 40 amp battery capacity and just a lot heavier than this bike's battery. All right, that's top speed. Let's go. Here we go. 33, 35, 37, 39, 40, 41, 42. Come on, bike. I know you can do 43. Looks like we're getting 42 today, since I didn't fully charge it anyway. But that's okay. 42, 43 miles per hour on good days. That works for me. All right, looks like we're down to 78 volts. We're gonna stop here, do a walkthrough, and take some pictures of the bike. I'm pretty much 95% done with this bike in terms of aesthetics. It took like 2 weeks for the light setups to arrive in the mail. I probably spent $45 on the headlight, $35 on the wiring. There's a triangle battery frame inside. Again, I had that already on the xclass arielrider. I put everything here in the components. The controller, $70 on Amazon, is underneath here, all hidden away with the loomenade panel. Nice aftermarket fenders. Goes with the brake lights when I click on the brakes. My running red lights would be right here. I have one here and I have another here, and this is my brake light. That's the way I have set up. Got my horn, pretty loud, 12 volts. That's my high beam, which is pretty nice. It's actually really bright. I think it was 2,000 to 4,000 lumens. That's the main headlight. I got some accent lights, and then I got some low beam, high beam. So that's the nice settings that I have. That UPP battery here in the tank is just for display. I'm not running it at all. So I built this for crystal, but man, I actually really like it. I like how it turned out. Gray is one of my favorite colors for sure. So let's talk how much how much I spent on it. $45 on Amazon dirt bike headlight, $30 surron front fender. I think it was like a $12 horn. The light wiring system came out about $30. The splitter for the brake lights was about $10. Loomenade panel is about $110 from their website. This fender on Amazon is actually only $10. The only downside is it blinks one side and one side, but I hooked it up together to connect as brake lights, so it turns on both for just brake lights. So I put like 4 zip ties on it to mount it. That's our new build. Super73 72 volts RX, the gray version. I'm likely going to be taking this one to the trips because it's again a lighter bike than the red one. I forgot to mention my signals are just rechargeable cycle wing lights, about $40 on Amazon. It works in the front and the rear. You know, it's visible enough at night to indicate that you're turning left or right for drivers in the front and for drivers in the back. It's been very gloomy this June, early June lately. What is going on? This isn't like summer weather at all. I also wanted to mention that all the wirings I hid was right here. It's really, really close to the suspensions. Everything is really close to the suspensions. Once you open this panel. Alright, I ordered some taco special today. 8 miles away from the taco place. I'm gonna do a little bit of street riding. Full disclosure obviously is do this at your own risk. Using the stock motor, pushing it up to 43 miles per hour. I'm pushing about 3K to 4K watts on this setup. Do that at your own risk. You might burn the motor, but again, I've been driving it for over 300 miles on my Rhino RX already. Just make sure that you have the V3 motor. I haven't messed with the older V2 or V1 motors, so I'm not too sure about those. We're on some main roads here and there, but we're keeping up with traffic just fine. This bike is basically part Super73 and part Amazon, because all the components I get is practically from Amazon. The longest part really is doing up the electrical lights. Most tedious part, wiring, soldering, using a heat gun to make sure everything is connected, wrapping the wires, measuring the wires, and doing the positioning, like where it would go for the DC step-down converter. All those details took me a long time. But at least I have the light of my choice, and at least I was able to recoup some money back by selling the lights, the stock lights, and selling the stock battery. So recoup some of the money for this project, basically. Yeah, this setup was working fine on the aerial rider, but again, changing all the lights, going at faster speed, it's actually safer on this Super73 RX than the aerial rider overall. And it's actually a little more comfortable. The suspensions on this is much better than the aerial rider xclass 52 volts. But that's my opinion. The way I see it, there's a lot of things I would have to change in order to make that a comfortable bike at 43 miles per hour. Let's go. Tacos are getting cold. Gotta pick it up. I'm gonna do something I don't normally do, and that's go in between cars. Let's ride like a bike a little bit. A little bit of rush hour, but we're pretty much there. And we are on the main street on Amar here. It's kind of nice when there's traffic, actually. I feel a little safer. I feel like I could keep up with, general flow of traffic. All right, we're picking up tacos here and we're gonna head back. But that's going to be pretty much my video, guys. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe for more content. Check out the useful links in the description below for discounts on a Super73, an aerial rider, or a bafang kit. I made sure I have my Amazon list there too, with all the e-bike gear that I've been accumulating over the years. See you guys in the next ride. Peace.